I'm Sean Hathaway, owner of Mattress Northwest, Portland, Oregon. 23 years. I feel like we're real successful, but I'm super excited about going to the Sleep Summit because there's going to be so much talent there. I know I'm going to learn and up level and get better at this game. So I want to see you there because it'll be more fun as a group.
The women of the fam have taken over this week's Sleep Summit show, and we are here to make some noise. We're hosting Megan Anderson, otherwise known as Mattress Meg of Mattress Firm, plus some of the incredible talent behind Bedhead Marketing, Anna Hermosillo. Plus, we have Kinsley's better half, Tara, who's also the magician behind all of our fam events, joining us for this conversation. Welcome to this week's episode of the Sleep Summit Show. It starts right now.
Fam.news.
Welcome to the Sleep Summit Show, where we uncover bold ideas with innovators, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders making waves in the sleep industry. With your host, Mark Kinsley.
Hermosillo. Welcome to the Sleep Summit Show. We've got Megan Anderson and Anna Hermosillo. We are so excited that both of these women are here today. Just amazing women in our industry. We want to highlight them. Megan's going to be speaking at Sleep Summit. Anna's going to be attending, and we're just pumped to talk to them. We're going to get into all the things industry related here in a second. But first off, ladies, what I want to know, a burning question in my mind is, what is the weirdest item that you keep in your bedside table? I'll give you a second to think about it. I also want to know, are you like the person who keeps your bedside table clean and neat and tidy, or is it a complete cluster? All right, who's going to start?
I think I'll start. I actually have a Lumi in my bedside table.
Yes.
Yes, have you heard of it?
Yes, no, I want to know what that is.
It's a metabolism tracker. So you blow into it and you can check your metabolism in the morning, and it can tell you all your macros that you're going to be needing for the day. So it's just something I do in the morning and the night because I'm a macro tracker. And it's just something that's just a little helpful tool that I have. And everything on my bedside table is extra tidy. I am a minimalist and I like everything very clean.
Love it. Okay.
I love that. I'm not as technology forward as Anna is. I would say the weirdest thing I have next to my bed is I have a little mini fridge. This is so extra. I can't believe I'm confessing. That I keep my skincare in. The ladies will understand this trend, but it keeps all my little creams cool. And that's my nighttime routine. That's how I wind down. I do my skincare. I get into bed. I have a little pillow spray that I actually got from the Pure Care team. Little shout out to them that I spray before bed. So very into kind of the wellness routines before bed, but it's pink and it's really cute. It's right there. So
I love that you keep it cold because that helps with all the depuffing. So I hear that.
Nice and just a little treat at the end of the day.
It is. It's such a
I like
luxury. I love that.
It is.
Tara, what about you? What do you keep?
Elevates your life.
I'm traditional. I mean, I've got my books. I'm a huge reader. I guess the most unusual thing is I keep a backup book light just in case my book light goes out. That's how much I read. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I kind of feel Mark's face. So sometimes I wake him up because I'm like, do you have an eye mask on or not? And I will place one near him or on him. And I got my book light going 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, sorry, I'm not getting out of bed, but I'll wake you up so that you can go back to sleep. So
That is excellent.
backup book light.
Perfect.
How about you, A?
Oh, so I mean, I'm a minimalist when it comes to my actual nightstand. I just want my light and the book that I'm reading or whatnot. But as far as weird things in my nightstand, all of the Broadway plays that I've ever been to, I don't know why, I keep all of my playbills in my nightstand. I have no idea why, but I've got 7 or 8 of them, and that's where they stay. So just when I get home from vacation and I'm unpacking my bag, it goes in there. So when you asked that question, I was like, the weirdest thing is probably the playbills, but that's where we're at.
All right.
Can I join the conversation? This used to be my show.
No.
I have a really weird thing I keep beside my bed. I keep this brand new puppy beside my bed right now.
Adorable.
We don't know what his name is. Maybe the fam can help us name this brand new puppy because we don't have a name for him just yet.
Well, we can post a picture after this podcast, but right now we're talking about the women in the industry. And as much as we like men, we are going to have to kick you out and the male puppy. It doesn't matter.
Part of the show.
Girls only.
Oh.
Sorry, boy. All right.
Take it
So
out,
now that
take
we've
it
gotten
out.
rid of Mark. Yeah.
Go ahead, Tara.
I'm done, Adrian. This
you're
is all
done?
you. You
Okay,
can
so
cut that
here's what
part
we
out.
wanted to do. We always do two things. We want to give you guys each the opportunity to just like tell the audience who you are. And then we always start our show with a quiz question, which I have prepared for us. And then we've got a lot of roundtable topics to talk about. So Megan, why don't you go first? Who are you? How'd you get into this industry? What do you love about it?
Thank you, Adrian. Yes, I have been in this industry since my college days. I started as an intern in the marketing department at Mattress firm and was fortunate enough to be their first corporate intern and have been so blessed with this career journey I've had with them. It's now been 12 years since that first day at work in this industry and just fell in love with it right away, quickly talked about work endlessly, and all of my friends started calling me Mattress Meg because it was the only thing I could talk about. And spent a lot of my career in the marketing team and have been through kind of the growth of that team. My last role in that department was standing up a product marketing team and working with all the vendors and our merchandising department to create new brands, bring product to life, a lot of product development, go to market planning. And then I moved into the merchandising department about 3 or so years ago. And now I'm the director of merchandising transformation, get to partake in helping drive our strategy and execution for all of the merch activity, which has been phenomenal. So very blessed and just love my whole career at Mattress Firm has been wonderful. So that's a little about me.
That's awesome. Anna, what about you?
All right. Well, I've been marketing for 15 years, only in the mattress industry for 8. My background, I was in an ad agency for quite some time, and then I went over to a semiochemical industry where we worked with the Forest Service. So I have a lot of different backgrounds and different, like, going into projects with a whole bunch of different companies. So brand guidelines, changing focus on different brands or different projects isn't anything new to me. And I was picked up actually at South International, a manufacturer, 8 years ago by a headhunting company. So I was looking for another job. I was like, okay, I want to do something new, fresh, exciting. And Danny Servin decided to give me a chance. And so ever since then, I've been in love with the mattress industry and had such a great time with everybody that I've been meeting. And now that I'm actually outside of the manufacturing and now into Bedhead marketing, it's just like opened up so many doors and meeting so many great people.
That's amazing.
Cool.
I've heard
That's awesome.
like once you come into the industry, you don't leave. So my background is very different than both of yours. I was a corporate criminal attorney, turned mom, turned marketer. And so that's how I knew Mark. But everybody I've talked to, they're like, well, once you come into the industry, you don't leave. So, and here I am 3 years later, and that seems to be tending to be true. So that's amazing.
I could see that.
So we love to start the show with a quiz question. You don't have to answer it, just be thinking about it, but I'm going to lay it out here for you. And then at the end of the show, we will answer it. But according to the Cleveland Clinic and the Sleep Foundation, what is the most common sleeping position for women? Is it on their back, on their side, or on their stomach? So you don't have to answer it right now, but just kind of be thinking. But these are research studies conducted by the Cleveland Clinic and the Sleep Foundation. So, and I thought it was quite interesting. So as we move along, so we just kind of wanted to start out this conversation with, what are you excited about for Sleep Summit? Like, Megan, you're going to be a speaker. Will you give us a little tease as to what you're going to be talking about? Is it still being formulated in your mind? But what are you excited about for Sleep Summit?
First of all, I love what Mark and Tara are kind of creating underneath the dam and bringing a different perspective and experience to these conferences that we have today in the industry aren't kind of as forward thinking or meaningful or have a lot of purpose or I think they're trying to bring a little bit more of that to these events and really connect us and ultimately get us all kind of on the same team to drive this industry forward, connect with consumers in a more dynamic way, bring forward dynamic products and merchandising assortments and things like that, in-store experiences. I'm really looking forward to participating in this very first event and so honored to be speaking. I would say I'm in the development phase of my topic, or of the content of my topic. I have the general theme, but you can expect to learn about merchandising strategy, how to think about things like assortment, activating the product in store, aesthetic design, and how all of those things kind of work together. And that's truly the foundation to the experience customers have in store. So how we can kind of drive that as a merch Oregon retailers to really elevate that experience for them. So can't wait to join. I've never been to Arkansas, so I'm really looking forward to seeing Bentonville and seeing all of you in person. And I just last thing, I really love that we're having the chance to talk as a team of women today. I think that is so important. And I think the purpose of this is really to encourage and inspire other females leaders in this industry to come and join us, and would love to connect with you. So that's what I'm most looking forward to and hope to see at the event as well.
Oh,
I just feel like, Megan, we're so excited to have you, and you just so nailed the core of what Sleep Summit is, which is creating community. And we do want more women to come and be a part of that, because we lift each other up. We support each other. I mean, that's just almost inherent to being a female. And so well said. So excited that you are going to be here. And then Anna, obviously, too. What are you looking forward to about Sleep Summit?
I'm looking forward to all the little nuggets of education that will be there. I come very heavy in the mattress industry from an e-com world. So hearing stories and strategy from Megan and anybody really talked to in that space, it's just always little great nuggets of information that I can always pull from and then work into my projects. And it's just always learning. I love learning. I'm a sponge. And I just love these kind of events because they just keep you growing and they keep you, at the forefront of everything that you need to be in the position that I am at Bedhead.
Sweet. Hey, Anna, have you ever been
with this event? Oh, sorry, Adrienne.
No. Keep going.
Oh, I was just going to say, one quote that kind of comes to mind is, "A rising tide lifts all boats." And I think that's what we're trying to do, all inspire each other and share ideas and best practices to, again, push us past what the mattress industry is notoriously known for and kind of change that perception people have. We're all really cool people with great ideas and just have so much to offer customers and change how they sleep and what they experience. So looking forward to what Anna said, just sharing ideas and kind of taking those into our day-to-day lives is going to be great.
Who are some of the people, and they could be man or women, that just sort of inspire you right now? What are you learning from them? Or what do you hope to emulate out of people that you admire?
Anna, you want to go, Megan?
Oh, you can start.
Oh, okay. So Danny Servin, she was the COO of South Bay International. I worked under her for many, many years. So I had an inside view of everything that went on from the factory level all the way down to the consumer and everything that she dealt with. Talk about a phenomenal lady, a lady with character, doing all the right things and making really hard decisions when nobody was looking, and just weathering the toughest storms with a great moral compass. So she's somebody that I think of a lot, especially in my day-to-day. And then Brandon, Bedhead Marketing, and Ferg, they have such great energy, and I'm always just trying to emulate them in some way because they inspire me so much, and they have just such great energy when they talk to people. Mm-hmm. And they just know so much in the industry and have all these great relationships. Just something that I want to go ahead and follow in those footsteps.
How about you, Megan?
I'll start with someone outside the industry. I actually came across this TED Talk from a speaker and author. Her name's Heather Monahan, I believe. And she gives this talk on kind of her experience in the industry that she was in. And it's kind of related to what we're talking about today. She faced some challenges at work, not just from male colleagues, but actually other female colleagues. And she talks a lot about this relationship between a woman to another woman and how it's important. Tara, you said this, like we all need to lift each other up. But anyway, she's a phenomenal speaker and talks a lot about how to find confidence and courage. And I gravitated towards that topic as I prepare for the speaking event, particularly being that it's my first time on the big stage talking. So anyway, she's been an inspiration just recently. And then similar to Anna, I'm surrounded by just such powerful, bright women in my own company. Ann DeMint, our chief merchandising officer. We've got Kendall Nuno, our chief of legal. She and her team are like award-winning legal team. They're phenomenal. And other members of my merchandising team, Carly, Sydney. So we're all just like this little powerhouse of women internally that support each other and kind of push each other. So I'm grateful to have that network within my own kind of immediate circle, which has been fantastic.
I think our industry is just like full of great women. Sometimes we have to seek them out, right? Like, but they're there, just not in big numbers. I'm super pumped about some of the women that are coming to Sleep Summit. I don't know if y'all know Sarah Bergman. She's with Pure Care. She's so fun. She's got such a great personality, and she just is just a powerhouse in the space that she's in. Also, I don't know if you guys have met Rachel Gomez, but she is the new VP marketing
for Dream Fit,
or vice
right?
president of marketing for Dream Fit. Yeah. And I met her at Market this last time, and she's killing it. I mean, she's incredible. And she won't be at Sleep Summit, although I've emailed her. So, hey, girl, if you want to come, let's do this.
There's a seat at our table for you, friend.
Exactly. Tara Youngblood is somebody also who's going to speak at Sleep Summit. She is the co-founder of Chili Sleep, and she's got a phenomenal story. You can look her up on YouTube if you want to do some research before. She's done a TEDx talk, and she's killer. And then, like, you know, there's people like Jenny Smith. She is Matt Smith's wife. He's got tons of franchises for Snooze. And I mean, she works alongside him. She is a champion of women and just a great girl to be around. So I'm so excited. She'll also be at Sleep Summit about all the women that make up our industry and how I feel like they're positive. I feel like they are uplifting, and that just makes me excited.
Are the Youngbloods like a little powerhouse team? Because Todd is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. If y'all have not met Todd Youngblood, he is wonderful.
He is. They're great. And yeah, they're phenomenal. I mean, they're co-founder, him and her together. So
yeah. So as we're like coming into the Sleep Summit, Megan, I think you touched on this. It was like in an email we were going back and forth, but it was this whole idea of like, we are at a precipice just in industry, outside the industry, wherever we're at, about this whole, like, we need to focus on women and we need to focus on all these pieces. But it was this whole idea of like staying in the room with people. Like, we don't want to just always be like, oh, well, we've got an event for women and there's this event for men, but it's like, how do we work alongside people? How do we impart to the next generation, whether it's male or female, like, here's the mentors, here's the type of people you need to be seeking out, but here's also what we expect from you to be able to service our clients. I would love to know what advice that you have. Who do you look towards as a mentor, man or woman? And then how do you just speak on that, touch on that, what you mean by like staying in the room and how we add value together?
No, thank you for bringing that up. I do think it is important. When we were discussing kind of fun ways to network as a group, I am all for happy hours and coffee or whatever kind of meetup just to network directly with the females in the room. But what Adrienne is kind of referring to, my thought on that is that in some ways it pulls you away from kind of integrating with other males and just like having this presence as women and kind of just creating a little bit more equality in the room and having a louder voice. And, you know, you guys have brought a lot of females to stage this year. And so I think in terms of who kind of mentors me on this and who's just a strong female that I really look up to is Casey Zuber. She's been with Mattress Firm for several years and has just grown throughout the company and is now kind of the head of all of she intersects between, it's phenomenal, the store and field team, all of our sleep experts. She partners with merchandising and she partners with marketing. She's kind of this triple threat. And the way she manages all of the happenings in her world, and she's so well spoken and, you know, asks questions when it's not clear, and that kind of drives richer conversations and meetings. She'll speak up for things that aren't right and kind of call things out in a graceful way. And I really look up to her a lot in terms of how she kind of carries herself and the confidence she radiates, and just kind of she would support all of this conversation as well in terms of let's like just get in the room with other people and like all be together and just kind of have that chance to shine our light and let people see that women are strategic, we are forward thinking, we do have strong opinions, and we can all like that brain power makes everyone's brain a little bit bigger and better.
Yeah, no doubt.
I love that. Anna, what about you?
Very, very well said. Just something to touch on that Megan said is, you know, addressing those hard conversations, but doing it in an elegant fashion, you know, because you don't want to be the woman that's always super accommodating and saying yes to everything. You also want to stand firm and have that voice. So I just love what she said about that. And yeah, I mean, again, I was in a small group, so Danny Servin is my default go-to woman for everything. She did exactly the same. She was such a leader, and she always had like this nice, great little power stance in a room full of men, and she always just stood so proud and tall. It's just something that I love looking up to.
I do want to say, Anna, I got the chance, I mean, a little bit, not a lot, to work with you during market this last July. And I feel like you have that presence about you. You have not overwhelming, not overpowering, not, can I say it, bitchy, which is like the word that direct women always get thrown in their face, but very graceful and competent. And I just want to compliment you because I was able to kind of see that come out in you and just the brief moments I was working with you in market in July. And so I just think it's awesome because you display that as well. So that's very cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I would echo that, Tara. And this is the first time I've actually like seen your face, but I feel even through those text messages when y'all were trying to turn around videos so fast and there was edits that had to be made on the fly, you really commanded even the text messages that we were on. So I would agree with Tara 100%. Like that, you just know how to dominate and get the work done. And I think that's a special talent, not coming across as super aggressive, but just like we get it done and we move on.
Yeah,
I think you mastered that line very beautifully.
Yeah.
So I know that I want to, you know, make sure that we keep everybody's time respectful or whatnot. So I want to make sure that we get to kind of an off topic, but it's our favorite part of the show. But like, where is the strangest place that the two of you have ever slept?
Like not necessarily together, because I don't think you guys know each other very well.
I've only met Megan one time, and it's in Vegas.
In Vegas, it totally could happen. I mean, it's
very well. Yeah.
You don't know because what happens there stays there. But I'm just kidding.
That is true. That is so true.
This is a funny question. One memory comes to mind. I was on a girls' trip. We had gone to Greece, and were out on the boat all day and indulged in a glass or two of wine. And I came home, and I remember the only plug in the room was right next to like the wall across the room, and my friend's suitcase was there, and I like somehow was charging my phone, and I kind of curled up on her suitcase, and I fell asleep, like literally curled up like a little cat. And there's a picture of me just like sleeping like a little angel in this little suitcase on top of all of her clothes and shoes. And just, that's probably the strangest place I will confess to sleeping, I will admit. But
Yeah.
those days,
That's a great one.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Anna, what about you?
I fell asleep in a softball shed.
Whoa.
What?
Outdoors.
So, yes, outdoors, with rakes and chalk and bases and everything all around me. I played softball growing up, and you're all day at the field, you have game breaks, and you're just trying to find shade somewhere. So I ended up like, well, that's a shady spot. I guess I'm going to go in there. So that's where I ended up falling asleep and took a little hour nap, and then back to softball we went.
Nice.
That's
a skill to be able to
It's
sleep
not-
in that space.
And those
Not
benches
as good
are
as
not
Greece.
comfortable. Those are
Yeah.
not comfortable.
No,
Tara, what about you? I
not
don't think
at
I
all.
even know. Where's the strangest place you've ever slept?
Oh, it's a consistent place that I continually sleep, which is
what?
weird. I know. So
I mean, last night you did sleep on your floor with your
I
hands.
did sleep on my
in a dog
floor because
kennel.
I got a new puppy and he was crying, and I couldn't make him stop crying unless my face was like against his kennel. So that's what happened. And I will say shout out to Future Foam because I used their product to, prop my hips up because I was like, I don't have a blow up mattress. Well, I do, but not at 2:00 in the morning. So I'm just going to use some Future Foam and sleep on that. I consistently sleep in my master bedroom closet. Like if I'm sick or if I
did not know this about you.
Other evenings that pop up sometimes. Like if I've had only 2 glasses of wine, just like Megan.
Overindulged.
Because it has no windows. It is the only place in my house actually that has carpet. No place else has carpet. And so it's very dark, and it's like cool because it's a like interior room, so it consistently stays the same temperature, and I can just shut the door and I don't know what time it is, and I sleep until I wake up. And so my master bedroom closet is a really good little hidey hole for me. Like when I had COVID in March, it was like my favorite spot ever.
Wow.
So,
I didn't
anyway.
know that about you.
I know. Yeah, it's my little secret hidey spot. How about you,
That's
babe?
awesome.
I know.
I was thinking about this because every week when Mark asks,
You've got 3 kids and they're all young, and so you need a master bedroom closet situation. Like you need a consistent
So
spot.
I'm building a house right now. Tara knows this. Like I update her every 3 days, but our current master bedroom closet doesn't have a window, and neither did the one in our previous home, but there's 2 windows actually in our new closet. So that will be the first time that I ever have light in my closet.
That's an amateur mistake for hidey holes. You may want to rethink that.
Excellent. Oh, we cannot, because that will be a change order at this point, and then we have to that costs more money. So we're just getting windows in there. Sorry.
Got it.
So Mark asks his guests this question every week on the show, and I'm like, what would my answer be? So I was thinking about it beforehand. I think the strangest place I've ever slept is a McDonald's parking lot in a 15-passenger van, but I don't know if it's that weird. So my husband...
Was that like a youth group situation?
Questions, but
You're like, where are we going with this? So no, it wasn't. Yeah. My husband, the way that he and his buddies would do ski trips, like when you're young and poor, is they would rent a 15-passenger van for all of their gear, and they would drive through the night. And then once they would get to like where they were going to ski, they would just change in like a McDonald's bathroom and then like hit the slopes. Like it was this whole, they were going to maximize their time. So by the time a bunch of him and his friends started getting girlfriends, they would take us with them, but we would still be piled into this 15-passenger van. And so they're like, yeah, we like leave after school, we drive through the night, and then we will get to the McDonald's parking lot about 2 or 3 in the morning, and we'll just sleep there, and then we'll go inside, have breakfast, change our clothes, and hit the slopes. And
that's so romantic.
It's such a miserable night of sleep. Let me just tell you, like laying, there's like 9 people in a 15-passenger van, and you've got all your gear, but that's what you do when you're 19 and you think that this is going to be great.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Anyway. All right. Well, let me wrap us up. we'll go back to the quiz question. This has been super exciting, Megan. I'm so pumped for your session at Sleep Summit. I think that you have a lot to offer, and I think that people are going to be impacted by what you have to say. And I just can't wait to deliver you to the masses. I think it's going to be exceptional. But what do you think? Again, this is all coming from this Cleveland Clinic research and from Sleep Foundation. What is the most common sleeping position for women? Do you think it's side, back, or stomach? And you can have different answers.
I would say side, but with a little knee up, if you know what I mean, where you kind of sleep like a little jackknife and you're like curled around a pillow. That, I don't know if we can throw a little flavor, but
why not?
Stomach is my final answer.
All right, Anna, what did you think?
I think side, because also when women get pregnant, they can't sleep on their tummies, and it kind of trains you not to. And I just think, like, with all our, curves and all that stuff, I think that's like the most comfortable position, with the knee, pillow in between the knees, and maybe hugging a pillow. So I think that's the one that's going to win.
You're right. So actually the Sleep Foundation touched on pregnancy, and they said women are more likely to sleep on their sides because the fetus tends to get the highest blood flow while their mother is on the left side. And so that, I think, is what skews the research to say that most women sleep on their side, which is really interesting. So
that is interesting.
Pretty phenomenal. But I will close this out here. Thank you both so much. Oh, go ahead, Megan. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, Megan.
I was just going to say, I've always heard you should sleep on your back just because it prevents, like, I sound like such a skincare freak this episode, but it prevents wrinkles, like from your crunched in. So it kind of opens everything up. And yeah. So it's a little healthy.
I've heard that too.
Yeah. Beauty hack if you sleep on your back.
Yeah.
Hack for your back.
I didn't know that. I'm trying to get into the silk pillowcase trend. Apparently that's really good for your
I
hair.
bought one. And do you do it, Anna? I bought
Love
one.
it.
I don't love it. I feel a little slippery.
My hair is so much better. My skin feels better.
I've heard that.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
Okay. I have one. I've got one as a Christmas gift last year, and it's just sitting in my nightstand, still in the package.
Bust it out.
Bust it out. This is the way we're going to do it.
Also, really quick before you wrap us up, I do want to say we love the men in our industry so much. Yeah. They contribute everything, and not everything. We contribute a lot, but they're amazing. And there's so many amazing men in our industry. So this isn't like male stomping or anything like that. We're super pumped to see all of you and be a part of this community with you, and be leaders with you. And we are excited to see everybody at Sleep Summit and beyond. We just also love to show up hard and strong, and we're excited. So I just want to say we'll see you guys and you girls in October. Super pumped about that.
Oh, just wait for
I
Bentonville.
totally agree. There's
not
been
even
so
going to
many
believe it.
amazing. Yeah. I know.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Arkansas, you guys are going to be so pleasantly surprised. I promise.